Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Python Fundamentals series. Today, we are talking about control flow and iteration. Specifically, we are going to master loops. Up until now, we've written code that runs once from top to bottom, but the true power of programming comes from automation, doing the same task 1,000 times without writing 1,000 lines of code. That is what we'll learn today. Here is our agenda for this session. First, we will introduce the concept. What are loops, and why do we need them? Second, we will master the for loop. We'll learn how to iterate over sequences and understand the powerful range function. Third, we'll look at the while loop. This is iteration based on a condition, not a sequence. Fourth, we'll discuss loop control statements like break, continue, and the unique else clause. And finally, we'll look at practical examples, like calculating sums and factorials. So, why use loops? The answer lies in the DRY principle. Don't repeat yourself. Imagine you need to print the numbers from 1 to 100. You could write 100 print statements, or you could write a single loop that runs 100 times. In Python, we have two main types: the for loop, used for iterating over a sequence, like a list or a range of numbers, and the while loop, used for executing a block of code as long as a specific condition remains true. Let's start with the for loop. The syntax is simple: for, variable, in, sequence, colon, indent, code to be executed. To make this useful for numbers, we need the range function. This function creates a sequence of numbers for us. It takes 3 arguments: start, the starting number, which is inclusive; stop, the ending number, which is exclusive; and step, the increment, which defaults to 1. Let's see this in action. Please look at the code on the screen. Example 1. Calculating the sum of numbers from 1 to 50. Total underscore sum equals 0. For I in range, open parentheses, 1, 51, close parentheses, colon. Indent, total underscore sum equals total underscore sum plus I. Notice we used 51 as the stop value, because the range stops before that number, giving us 1 through 50. Example 2. Summing only odd numbers. Here we add a third argument to the range function, 2. Range, open parentheses, 1, 51, 2, close parentheses. This tells Python to count by 2s, 1, 3, 5, and so on. We don't just loop through numbers, we can loop through data collections directly. Look at the list of names. Names equals square bracket, quote, John, quote, comma, quote, Mary, quote, square bracket. We can iterate through this simply: for name in names, colon, indent, print, f-string, hello, curly bracket, name. This is much cleaner than using index numbers like in other languages. Now let's move to the while loop. This is condition-based iteration. The syntax is while, condition, colon, indent, code runs as long as condition is true. There is a critical danger here called the infinite loop. You must update the variable used in the condition inside the loop. If the condition never becomes false, the loop will run forever and crash your program. Let's look at a safe implementation. I equals 1, while I is less than 51, colon, indent, total underscore sum plus equals I. Indent I plus equals 1. That last line is the most important. By incrementing I, we ensure that eventually I will be 51, the condition will become false, and the loop will stop. Let's solve a real math problem, calculating a factorial. The factorial of 5 is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. We can solve this with a while loop. Number equals 5, factorial equals 1. While number is greater than 1, indent, factorial times equals number. Indent, number minus equals 1. We multiply, then we decrease the number. We repeat this until we hit 1. Sometimes we need more control. We need to stop early or skip a step. We have 3 tools for this. Break terminates the loop immediately. It stops everything. Continue skips the rest of the current iteration and jumps to the next one, and else executes a block of code once when the loop finishes normally. Let's visualize this. Look at the code block using continue. If I double equals 5, indent, continue. This tells Python, when you hit number 5, skip it, do not print it, just go to number 6. Now look at the code using break. If I is greater than 10, indent, break. This tells Python, when you pass number 10, stop the loop completely. Finally, the else clause. This is unique to Python. The else block runs only if the loop completes without hitting a break statement. This is perfect for searching. We loop through a list looking for a target number. If we find it, we break. If we finish the entire loop and never found it, the else block runs, printing target not found. To wrap up today, let's consolidate the key takeaways. First, loop fundamentals. We established that loops are the engine of automation. They allow us to execute a block of code repeatedly, adhering to the don't repeat yourself principle. Python gives us 2 main tools for this, the for loop and the while loop. Second, the for loop. This is your best choice when you are iterating over a known sequence, such as a list of items or a string of text. We also learned to utilize the range function, which generates numerical sequences for us automatically. Third, the while loop. This executes code as long as a specified Boolean condition remains true. But remember the critical note, you must include manual variable updates, like typing I plus equals 1. If you forget this step, you risk creating an infinite loop that will crash your program. And finally, control statements. These give you precise control over the flow. Break exits the loop immediately. Continue skips the current iteration and jumps to the next one, and else runs once at the very end, but only if the loop was not terminated by a break statement. In our next session, we will combine variables, logic, and loops to build reusable blocks of code called functions. Thank you for your attention.